Welcome to our second composition practice video. We're still in 9.3 on composition. This is the walkthrough for the pirate ship. Okay, the pirate ship again, same process. We're going to look through this assignment. We're going to say the pirate captain can't do all the things to run a ship without a crew. Create method in a pirate crew class. So I'm going to pirate crew class to delegate some responsibilities to your crewmates. Here are the requirements. We must create a get menu method that returns what the cook is making. Create a get lookout report method to get a report from the lookout. Create get current course and set new course methods to have the navigator get and set the ship's course. Create a string typecast magic method to view the crew members' names and job descriptions. So when we run that solution to just kind of see what it looks like, we see Crispy the cook, Hawkeye the lookout. So those are their names that are being generated in that string magic method that it told us about. Then we see our menu, our lookout report, our current course, and our new course. Okay, and the second step I said was, the third step was to digest what's been given to you. So the one we are going to be mostly concerned with is the pirate crew. That's the blank one that we have to write. But the runner, the run pirate ship, is always a good one to look at. See, it's already got imported. It imported the pirate crew, the cook, the lookout, the navigator. This is our runner or our shell program. So we create this pirate crew. This is where our constructor is being called. And inside that pirate crew, we're creating a cook. We're creating a lookout. And notice that these are actually being created right here in the argument. That's kind of a new, like we haven't seen a lot of that. We normally would see them created up above and then their variables passed. But since this program doesn't need to access the cook anymore, you can create it right there and just pass it along and then let the crew do all of the work. And that's what they're doing here. So the crew is called the Gray Pearl, and the Gray Pearl is the only thing being accessed here. We're never looking at the cook, the lookout, or the navigator inside this program. Okay, so the next thing we want to look at, just take a quick look at the cook, the lookout, and the navigator and see what's there. So when a cook is created, its name is always Crispy. Feel free to change that if you want. And then it has some getter methods for the name that returns its own name. And it has a check menu method, which is going to show you the menu choices. Then it's going to randomly pick one called Today's Bounty and give it back. So that cook already knows how to pick a dish. Then we have this lookout. And the lookout has a name, it's Hawkeye. And the lookout also has the ability to produce a report. And it's going to randomly choose one of those reports, and they're just kind of silly made up things. And again, we're not being asked to change that. The navigator has some methods here. The navigator has his name, his Magellan, his attributes, and the destination is what's passed to it. And there's a default parameter here that's destination equals Atlantis. So if you create a navigator without a specific definition, it will default to Atlantis. And that's what happened inside of our run pirate ship. So we created a navigator right here with nothing in it. So our destination is initially going to be Atlantis. Okay. But the navigator also has a property method that is included that's the destination. And it's just returning that destination. It's the private attribute. You see the underscore there. And then it also has a destination.setter. Notice that this decorator for the setter must match the function name or the method name for the property decorator. And it does. So we have a destination with a new course. So we can say self.destination equals new course. And we see that happen right here on line 24 in the pirate ship. We say the Gray Curl.set new course is Barbados. Okay, so that goes to the crew. So then the crew has to have a way to handle that using the navigator function. So those are the three that are given to us. We're not asked to do anything to those. We just have to create these methods here. So let's open up that. Let's close that project window and open up those assignment instructions again. Again, we have our cook is a private attribute, the underscore lookout, and the underscore navigator. All three of those are coming to us pre-made, and we're storing them there using that self. So I want to define a get menu method. So define get menu. And we don't get any flexibility if we don't name it correctly because we already have a runner. We have to use their names. We don't get to exercise some creativity there. Get menu method that returns what the cook is making. So I don't need to say any parameters other than self there. I just need to say, give me a menu, please. And it says it returns what the cook is making. So we have self.cook. And again, self.cook has a method already called check menu. And it's going to return it. So really all I need to do is access the cook's check menu. I need to call that method and store it. Okay. So all we need to do is say food equals self._cook dot. And again, I have a very short-term memory, so I'm going to check it one more time. It's called check menu. Self._cook.check menu. That's going to give me back that food item, and then all I need to do is return it. And yes, you could do that in one line. You could say return self._cook.check menu. That would work just as well. We're going to use a very similar logic for the get lookout method, because the lookout has his own get report method. So I'm going to define this get lookout report. And the only thing it needs is self. And this time I will do it in one line. Return self._lookout dot, and then let's go see what that method's called. Lookout report. Since that didn't have a decorator, I have to use the parentheses to get that. So the get current course method and the set course method, those do have decorators in the navigator. So I can just say my self.navigator.destination, and that will go to my navigator class, and I don't need the parentheses there. So it's just called destination. So get the current course method. So define, and I have to call it get current course and set new course. So get current course, and then it's just return self._navigator dot destination. And again, because that navigator used the @ property, I will not call the function with the function parentheses. I'm just going to use destination. Okay. If you use the parentheses at the end, it will cause an error. So return self._navigator.destination, and then the set new course needs a parameter. It tells me that set new course method. It takes a string that will be the ship's new course, and I need to set that using my navigator. So define set new course self, and then give this one a temporary name like place or new destination. I try not to overlap words. I already have a destination. I wouldn't want to call that destination, even though it's okay. I don't like doing that. So give it a different name. It'll save you some confusion. And this time we're not returning anything. What we're doing is self._navigator.destination equals place. And again, that navigator had a destination setter decorator, and because of that decorator I can just use the equal sign to assign it. So it's going to come in here as a new course, and it's going to automatically put that in my self_destination for my navigator. Okay, so the only thing left is the print, and the print says create a string typecast to view your crew members' names and job descriptions. So I need a little loop there. So I'm going to say define str self, and then I'm going to build up the string. I noticed in my run solution that they're all on the same line. So I can just add to them there. For they're not in a list, so I'm not going to be able to loop. I want their name and job description. Crispy the cook, Hawkeye the lookout, so I can add that in there. Their name is in underscore cook dot underscore name, which is just this property name. This one also has a property for name. This one also has a property for name, so I'm not going to violate that encapsulation principle by using the underscore. I can just use name. Temp equals, so we're going to start out with the cook. So we're going to say temp equals self dot underscore cook dot name plus the cook. Temp plus equals. You could do this all on one line. Again, I don't like writing code that takes up the whole screen, so I just do one little thing per line. Self dot underscore lookout plus lookout and temp plus equals self dot underscore navigator plus the navigator. Now my run pirate ship. I'm inevitably going to have to fix some spelling errors. Yeah, I forgot the dot name on all of these. Count dot name. Navigator dot name. Okay, so let's try again. Returned a non-string. Oh, I built it up and forgot to give it back. That's also a pretty common error. I do that a lot. In my pirate crew, I went through all that trouble to build up temp, and I never said return temp. Pirate crew object has no attribute for navigator. For navigator, again. See, you're not the only ones that make spelling errors. We all do it. It's part of the game. We're just going to fix it. Navigator. There we go. Crispy the cook, Hawkeye the lookout, Migelinth the navigator. I forgot the I'm not fixing it. Potatoes, mermaids be near, Atlantis, and then Barbados. So we see the menu. We run it again. We'll see this time we're having fish and potatoes. Lookout report is land ho, so we see some of that randomization coming in from them. All right, that is it. That is the pirate ship.